Hey, beautiful. I wanted to hop on today and come bring a message, something that really changed my life with the way I was able to manifest and the way I started showing up for myself was really with using some of the law of assumption. And there's one trick or one thing specific that I noticed really made a big difference. And I'll kind of go over a few different ways to use this, but what I noticed is being present in the moment, but then also embodying your future self and really training your current reality with your current thoughts to be as if you were what you desire in the future. And so there's multiple ways that you can do this, but I like to look at it as kind of just you have to figure out why you want and desire a different place than where you are now. And say it's just money. This isn't the best way to manifest, is just calling in saying, I want money, because it's not necessarily, when you get down to it, that you want money. You might want money for the freedom and the ability to go travel, to do what you want, maybe to create. Maybe you think it'll just feel safe and secure to know that you don't have to stress over bills and all these things. But a lot of times it's actually, you know, things that we can embody in the now. And I know that sounds kind of silly. It's like, oh, well, you just want me to feel good and feel like in the now, like I've already got this, and then I won't be worried about it. But it's actually, once you actually start to allow yourself to feel and trust and know that you're already getting it, or that you already got it, or you already have it, then that thing actually will materialize and show up for you. And especially even when you start not thinking about it so much, I've noticed a lot of times in my life, I really want something. And the second that I just kind of let go of it, surrender it, I'm just like, oh, it's not coming, boom, then it's there. And it happens so often for people because you're focusing your attention on something else, but you're still in a good feeling place. So you're not feeling the lack of that thing. Anytime that we really want something, we're generally feeling like we don't have something, if that makes sense. And I heard Abraham Hicks, she's a woman that teaches about the law of attraction, talking about finding a lost pen. When you tell yourself something is lost, you're basically creating that thing to be lost, and it's lost in your reality. And she was talking about how, like, she has this pen and it was lost, and she searched high and low. And then when she finally gave up that her favorite pen was gone, she found it right in her purse. When she had searched her purse like hundreds of times, or, like had been in her purse multiple times. But the second that she finally just gave up on it is when it was like, poof, there it is. And I notice this with relationships a lot of times. I'll be feeling like, oh, I'm really wanting someone. Then finally, I'm kind of like, I have a crush, or people are like coming into my life and I'm excited. And then it just seems like it's a snowball effect of all these other people I'd liked previously that maybe weren't into me at the time, or, were in a partnership or had something. They just all become available. And you're like, what the heck? Where were you the last 2 years, or, the last few months? And now I've already kind of found someone, and then all these people kind of start piling in. You're like, what the heck? And I know this with so many different things, that once you start to just feel at ease, maybe don't give it thought, or just feel like you've already got it, then it just appears. And I had this with jobs a lot. Like I haven't had to apply for a job for so long, and it seemed like I would be looking for a job or thinking about it, and then the second I stopped, I would just be like, someone would come into my life and have that perfect position. And I'm an interior designer, so this isn't like a common like coffee shop job. Like the last time I got a job, well, the last one, I was in a hardware store, and I ended up getting a job with a gentleman that had a really awesome company. And the time before that, I was like riding the train in London and met my boss before that. So it's just like, these things There's no way of explaining it. And it's just super, it just means you're in your flow. And when you let go and just trust that everything's going to work out, or you stop worrying about it, then the things actually start to show up. And even that like fake it till you make it, I really think that also has a lot of power, because you're kind of assuming and you have this assumption that you're already there. So you're already kind of playing the role of being that person, and then the things start to like flood in or come into your existence. And I really had this in the last little while, because my all-time big dreams are millions of dollars, and that is a lot and overwhelming at times for me. But since the last 6 months, I've really started to see the possibilities of being able to create this huge dream. And I've just started to realize that it really doesn't matter if that dream is here right now, because a huge part of that dream is actually getting to design and getting to work with and create that dream. So what I want to have is a healing retreat for musicians and artists and people that are wanting like a sober getaway where they can just like immersify and like be fully surrounded by arts and music. And I want to have my own land. I don't really want to be rented. And like there's so many different little things around this. But I've been really feeling like it doesn't have to be here right now. Like, why don't I get clear on designing the music studio? Why don't I get clear on really figuring out all these key components? And before, I think I would have been sad, because it's like, oh, this is just a pipe dream and I'm wasting this energy to design something that isn't happening. But now that I've been just designing it, having fun doing it, I'm like, this is what I live for. This is what I'm wanting to do. And even if maybe I don't have the millions, maybe I will meet an investor, or maybe I'll have someone, you know, that really has a similar vision, and there'll be that missing piece. Like the world is so big that there's so many opportunities. And the more that I just play and feel joy and feel bliss in creating this bigger picture dream, the more real and the more achievable it seems, because I'm getting so much more clear on all the little details. So like maybe your dream is to open a coffee shop, or maybe your dream is just to, you know, work from home. We'll start like playing and planning and really like assuming that you already are in that position. What do you need to change about yourself? Maybe you just want to be really in shape and run a half marathon, or, you know, start surfing, but you don't even know how to swim. But you like have this weird dream in the back of your head. Like, start assuming that you are that person, and what does that person show up for each day, and how do they show up for themselves? And I think if you start feeling like, oh, I'm a fit, healthy person, how do I show up for this? The more you think about it, it's like, oh, well, I'm probably going to bed at a better time. I'm drinking water. I'm trying to not have so much sugar. Like, I want to feel good. And, you know, I want to maybe get massages or treat my body well because I've been working out really hard. Like, the more that you start just embodying that person and that energy, and you can look at other people, you're not going to mimic them because you're your own person, but look up to other people that are really inspiring to you, and the things that they want and they do in their lives that really like inspire or drive you. Start embodying and being in love with those within yourself. And I really think that we can learn a lot from people that have already walked in the shoes we want to walk in, that we think. Like, obviously, we each have our own struggles, we each have our own unique bits, but like every bit that you can embody that energy of that dream person you want to be is a step closer to actually achieving that dream. And it becomes way more, everything just doesn't seem like it's far off in the distance anymore. It really starts to feel doable, and really like you just feel more empowered. And I believe this is because things start falling in place, and there's synchronicities that start supporting this dream. And it doesn't matter how big or how small, the more that we can really just step into the shoes of that ideal person, the more we're going to attract in the perfect situations to make that a reality. And this is the law of assumption teachings as well, is just really being it and believing it, and then it manifests into the physical. And I just wanted to hop on and kind of share some stories from myself, because I think that it can make you feel really happy knowing that you're just allowing yourself to feel good, like it's all right here. And you might have days where you kind of get bummed out because you're like, oh, I'm doing this and it's not even really here, and am I even just joking and like lying to myself with this? But does it really matter if a majority of the time you're having fun with it and like playing with the idea and dreaming and, you know, being a creator? If it's not even in the physical, if you're just planning, like there's a lot of joy in that, and there's a lot of fun that can be had with that. And even if you don't use it, someone else might. Like maybe you can sell that business plan. Maybe you're designing coffee shops and you're not even going to be the owner or open it. Like there's just so many different things that it might open your eyes to finding the joy of something similar to those big dreams that you have. And yeah, I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys, because I felt like it's just been, the more I get into this flow, 11 on the clock, make a wish. The more I get into that flow, I just really feel like so much more empowered on all aspects of becoming like the best version of myself, and really just alchemizing anything that's not serving me to just really step up and enjoy life and just like play. And I see a lot of things in my life that aren't where necessarily I'd want them to be, but I'm just so happy because I see them as like a stepping stone to being all a part of this. And it's all a journey. You don't always get from point A to point B in a lightning speed, but if you can enjoy the journey getting there and play and have fun, like that's what life's all about. And I really just hope you all get to enjoy your journey and creating magic and creating your dreams, because you're all worthy of it and it's all possible. I 100% believe, I have 100% faith that this isn't just woo-woo, and there's so much greater going on behind the scenes, and we really are creators of our own reality. Much love to you all. If you like it, give it a thumbs up or subscribe. Bye.